Okay, today I'm working on the Farmington branch extension. So you can see I've already done some things here to it. Got some things laid out. Here's a small time gas station. This is going to be a dirt road right here going across the tracks. In the background over there, got a farmhouse. That's actually an N-scale size farmhouse. To try to add some forced perspective, even though I'm running an HO scale model railroad here. Coming back this way, coming around. There's going to be a switch here for industry spur. My choice is this lifelike stock pin. I got it for 20 bucks on Amazon. It's a pretty awesome kit actually. I've already put it together. It was real easy. It's actually a snap tight kit, but I did glue it to make it more permanent. But without glue it worked just fine. So here's where it's going to be. Here's the main line right here coming across. This is where my access bridge is going to be, going towards the main layout, going towards Oakdale. Again, this way we're headed north through Farmington on the way to Stockton. Staging is over here at the end of this line where those papers are. It's going to come around and be over here on this shelf, which is now set up as some storage for my crap right now. But this is pretty much where the Stockton staging is going to be. Got my stock cars there to test out my livestock pen over here. It's going to come around, past the little farmhouse, go behind the gas station, cross the dirt road, and there's a switch right there to lead to the stockyard, or excuse me, the stock pen. And then it comes back around over this way, the main line, and it'll go across the bridge and take us over here to the main part of the layout, Oakdale Junction, Southern Pacific side. So right about here, I'm going to put a grapevine, a vineyard, a bunch of grapevines I plan to make with some scenic materials. Found a YouTube video on how to do that a while ago, so looking forward to that. Here I kind of built up this little hill right here, so put some dirt down, some ground cover, and some trees. Back here, let me move my box out of the way. Back in this area, just put some small structures, some supporting structures for the cattle pen layout part. Water tower, maybe a little pump house or a small little building for the workers and things like that. Over here, haven't quite decided. I want to put something here, a little building, a residential building, or maybe a schoolhouse, and something small back here as well. And then even back here, one more building to kind of represent the town of Farmington, at least the main entrance to it. Alright, so my plan right now is to try to figure out a way to get that spur back there. So obviously I set up the switch, ran the cork road bed to about there, because I wasn't quite sure if what industry was gonna fit back here. It's a relatively small space. Don't have a lot of room back here, but I did want to have at least one industry to switch here in the town of Farmington for my SP trains. So luckily, so far so good. It looks like the stock pin's going to work. I can run the switch, or excuse me, the siding or the spur from the switch here, the turnout over here, extend the cork this way, make it turn, and come straight in here and stop right about there. Okay, and it should fit one of my cattle cars. So got it laid out, marked out kind of where I want it, where it should be. Gonna go ahead and get some flex track and some cork road bed and see if I can't make this work. Okay, so here I am test fitting everything. Got a piece of my flex track out. Get the cattle pin installed where I want it to be. And I have an HO scale cattle car, which will be typical of the cars that service this particular industry. So got enough clearance on the back side. It's hard to see from this angle, but I got clearance for the car. Okay, plus I should have enough clearance between the car when it's on the industry and the main line as trains go by. I measured at least 2-inch centers, so hopefully that should at least work. 2-inch centers on the center line of the two tracks. Okay, we got the track going around here. It's a pretty tight radius curve. I know it's below 18 degrees or 18-inch radius, so it's pretty tight there, but again, it's just going to be for one cattle car only, so not really too worried about it. I'm coming in over here right now. It's overlapped right here with the switch. As you can see, it's going off on top of there, but I got it marked where I know I'm going to cut it later on when I do go to ultimately install this. If you can see from the video, right here I used a pencil, a color pencil, actually orange color pencil is what I had right here on hand. So that's what I used to mark where the track's going to be on both sides. And it's hard to see from the video, but then I went with the black Sharpie and marked the center line. Because in the next step, I'm going to take off the flex track. Okay, going to go ahead and put down the cork road bed, the remainder of the cork road bed from here to here. So again, it's hard to see, but yeah, I want it raised up because if it's just on the ground like that without the cork, I don't have the right clearance or the right height for the cattle car door opening, and the platform used to load and unload the cattle into the car. There's a little bit of a gap, so to speak. So other than that, stay tuned and we'll do the next step. Okay, so back over here at the Farmington area, I'm working on this for a little while now. So what I went ahead and did is, as you can see, I actually went through and put in some of the cork road bed here for the spur for the cattle pen right here. This track right here is not actually fixed in place right now, it's just there temporarily. But the cork definitely is affixed to the layout like it's supposed to be. So pretty much, like I said, all I have to do now is just get a piece of flex track and run it from this spur right here, or excuse me, from the switch over along the spur and into the cattle pen area. Should have enough room to put the 40-foot stock cars, one of them, and then probably right here actually put a bumper so it doesn't run off the edge and go into the dirt over here, this little hill. And then obviously same thing, I'm going to have to run flex track for my main line up here. So that's where it's going to be. It's going to cross the road, go behind the gas station, in front of that farmhouse over there, and lead into the staging area for Stockton. Alright, thank you guys very much. Make sure you like my video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for my next video in this series.